Okay, so let's do Woman's World, March 15th, 2021. Very good cover. Cash for Clutter, Bliss Now. USDA Spice Cabinet Discovery cuts severity by 73% of outsmarting COVID. The best detox for the women over 50. Sleep All Night, Protect Your Peepers, Heartburn Cure, and Jamie Oliver's Fast Easy Dinners and Treats. Okay. Now, we're, like I said, only the first few pages we're going to do tonight, probably half the magazine, and then we'll do the other half tomorrow. Fill your week with smiles. Tuesday, March 16th is Panda Day. Panda Day, y'all. That means you're going to celebrate watching Edinburgh Zoo male panda giant Yang Gang in action from the comfort of your own home. He's laid back bear who loves to chill out and spend lots of time enjoying a snooze. Plenty of bamboo, says Allison McLean, the zoo carnivore team leader. Panda's cam fans have an exclusive access to a range of interesting sleeping positions. Yang Gang is known for sleeping in weird, wonderful ways. To see for yourself, visit the edinburghzoo.org.uk/webcams/panda-cam. And they put a exclamation mark, but I don't know if that's needed or not. Okay, of course, Wednesday, March 17th is St. Patrick's Day. Now, that means you need to treat yourself. Make this green velvet cake, which looks delicious. It says, enjoy a delicious St. Patty's Day with this fun twist of a classic velvet cake courtesy of the bakers in the Woman's World Test Kitchen. To make a green velvet cake, prepare 1 package of white cake mix as directed, adding 1 tablespoon of green food coloring and 1.5 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder to the batter. Bake in 3 8-inch round pans for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. For icing, use a mixer on medium-high speed to combine 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, 3 4-ounce bars of white baking chocolate melted with cooled 1.5 cup powdered sugar, and 1/4 cup Irish cream coffee creamer for 2 minutes. Spread between 2 layers on the top of the sides of the cake. Garnish with a shamrock candies. Now on Thursday, now get this. This is Thursday, March 18th. Oranges and Lemons Day. Now it sounds to me like a mess, but it says you can make a lemon-orange whiskey smash, and I don't drink. Sorry, not sharing the recipe. Okay, so that takes us to Saturday, which is first day of spring on Saturday, March 20th. Yeah, time to soak it all in. There's good reason for spring's first sunny days. Put a smile on your face. Exposed to the sun rays triggers the release of feel-good hormones called endorphins and lights up receptors in the brain that help lift the mood, according to the animal study conducted by Harvard University researchers. And since the first day of spring falls on a Saturday this year, you can spend the day outdoors enjoying America's favorite warm weather activities, according to YouGov.com. The survey, puttering in your garden, going for a walk, or simply taking the trees and the flowers in bloom. Sunday, March 14th, we want you to learn about the Butterflies Day. Yep. Find a lucky surprise. Keep your eyes peeled for a glimpse of a butterfly today. As the weather begins to get warm, the start to migrate, and Aaron Gettler, author of Birdwatcher Digest Butterfly Backyard Guide, says it's easy to attract the beauties to your yard. But a butterfly's idea of hospitality contradicts most of the ideas of laying out the welcome mat. Butterflies clutter untidiness. She advises leaving leaves, doormat, grass, and dry stems in your flower beds until mid-spring to provide shelter for the caterpillars. Future butterflies depend on those micro-habitats to reach the winged phase of their life cycle. Now, start your week with a laugh. They've got a couple here. He's in front of the TV, comfortable in the recliner, his feet up, and he's holding a remote. She's looking like she's not approving and looking down at him. And it says, "Do you want anything? I'm going to the kitchen to forget what I went there for." That's kind of cute. The question, why did the pony get sent to his room? Why did the pony get sent to his room? Well, it's a very serious answer. Because he wouldn't stop horsing around. There's a cat with its owner, and she's opened lots of cans of cat food in front of the cat, who looks undecided. It says, "You still don't see anything you like?" That's adorable. And I can relate. I've been there with Sammy a few times. Okay. We're moving forward. Next paper clip. Oh, good gravy. This is going to be a long one. This is the power of love. No matter what happens in life, there is always hope. I thought of this story and I thought, wow, that's something my grandma would say. So let's read the story. Yeah, we're going to read the whole story. Then we're going to read the 3 healing powers of kindness. And that'll probably be the end of this video tonight because I'm a little tired and under the weather. When the retired police officer, Terrell Potter, needed a kidney transplant, he never imagined that a woman he had arrested in the past would step forward and save his life. Terrell Potter almost dropped his cell phone as he listened to what his daughter, April, was saying. "Dad, you won't believe it. I got you a kidney," she blurted excitedly. Terrell's kidney function had been slowly deteriorating for years. By the fall of 2019, it had dropped to just 5%, and the dialysis was no longer helping. He desperately needed a transplant, but his doctor had warned the retired Phil Campbell, Alabama police officer, that it could take at least 7 years to find a donor match. Though several families and friends had stepped up and gotten tested to be a potential donor, no one had matched. Terrell had tried to stay positive, but April couldn't bear the thought of losing her dad. And so she made an impassioned plea on Facebook. "My father needs a kidney." She shared the telling of her father's 44 years of service and how he was now in need of help himself, and he can't live without it. A second chance. Just a few miles away in Russellville, Alabama, on that November night, 40-year-old Jocelyn James Edmonds was scrolling through her Facebook when she came across April's post. They weren't friends. She had gone to school with April, and she also knew Terrell. In fact, she was arrested for several times. In 2006, Jocelyn had developed health issues, and after undergoing half a dozen surgeries and finally a hysterectomy, she developed an addiction to pain medications. Eventually, she became so dependent that she turned to stress for drugs and did things she wasn't proud of to pay for them, including burglary. Between 2007 and 2012, she'd been arrested more than a dozen times. But when she ended up on the country's most wanted list and saw her mug shot on TV, something shifted inside Jocelyn. "And I don't want to live like this anymore," she told herself. "I need to change for my kids and for myself." Jocelyn had turned herself in, and after a stint in prison and rehab, the mother of 2 started a new life. Deeply grateful for her second chance, Jocelyn had felt a calling to help other people reclaim their lives and launched the Place of Grace Center, which is a placeofgracecenter.com. And since 2013, she helped almost 1,000 women and men get the help they needed. Now, as she read April's post, she felt a powerful nudge in her heart. "There's a big difference between offering a helping hand and donating a kidney," she told God. But Jocelyn remembered Terrell and felt that he truly cared for her, and she couldn't deny the feeling that God was saying help him and it was the right thing to do. And so she phoned April. "I have your dad's kidney," Jocelyn knew, and even though she hadn't been tested yet, April was stunned and called her father. "I think I found a donor for you, and then you won't believe who it is." An incredible gift. Terrell was shocked. "If you gave me a list of 100 people, I would not have thought Jocelyn," he said. But when he called to thank her, Jocelyn assured him that she was perfectly serious. "God restored me. To be able to try and extend your life is rewarding," she told him tearfully. Just as amazing as her certainty and willingness to donate blood work proved Jocelyn to be a perfect match. In fact, doctors said they never had a better match for a kidney transplant. Plus, the operation went off without a hitch, and her kidney began functioning in Terrell's immediately. Today, Terrell is healthy and considers Jocelyn another daughter. They talk on the phone every day, and Jocelyn stops by the house for a cup of coffee and chat 2 or 3 times a week. "A part of her is in me. It's created a bond that will go on forever," Terrell says. "She's proof that we shouldn't throw people away. When people make mistakes, we often give up on them, but there's good in people." Jocelyn transformed her life, and look how many people she's helped. Jocelyn is grateful to have been able to help and cherish her second chance. "Life is precious," she says. "No matter what, things can always turn around. Never give up. There is always hope." Patty Zarling wrote the story. 3 healing powers of kindness. 1. It jumpstarts joy. Generous people experience increased levels of happiness, reveals a Harvard Business School survey. The reason? Neuroscientist George Moll of the National Institute of Health says that giving to others releases the mood-boosting chemical dopamine in the brain, which instantly creates blissful feelings. It fortifies the heart. Helping others decreases blood pressure and lowers the heart risk, says German researchers. Even more, Stephen G. Post, a professor of preventive medicine at New York Stony Brook University, found that those who spent time volunteering as teens were reaping the heart health benefits 70 years later. It's better than exercise. Studies have found that evidence that altruistic behavior can actually help people live longer. In her book, Raising Happiness, Christine Carter, PhD, says that people who volunteer have a 44% lower likelihood of dying earlier, a stronger effect than exercising 4 times a week. Let me just see if the next paperclip is a long one. Well, I think we can do one more page and then we'll call it a night. These are cozy keys to lower your blood pressure. With all that's going on, who wants to worry about their blood pressure? Not us, and the good news is we don't have to. If recent research is to believe doing what makes us feel best is the best for our health, here's the science-proven ways to lower your BP fast. Phone a friend. Calling an upbeat, supportive friend once weekly for 20 minutes chat 15 points off your blood pressure. Swedish scientists say that's enough to cut the risk of heart disease and stroke in half. Researchers explain that weekly reminders that you are valued and loved tamp down the production of stress hormones, cortisol, relaxing the arteries and lowering blood pressure as effectively as quitting smoking. Gaze at a candle. Now, I don't even own a candle, just saying. But breathing slowly and deeply, taking 10 relaxed breaths per minute instead of more common 16, lowers your blood pressure up to 17 points. Harvard University researchers says calm breathing stimulates brain nerves that initiate a relaxation response. And it explains Herbert Benson, MD, the author of Mind-Body Effect. To do twice a day, relax near a lit candle and gaze at the flickering flame while you practice deep breathing for 2 minutes. Pamper your feet. Now here's a good one for you. Soaking your feet in warm water at the end of a long day is more than just a moment of bliss. Turns out that this pampering ritual does wonders for keeping your blood pressure in check. The reason is as warmer blood begins circulating from your feet, it triggers blood vessels to release a compound called the nitric oxide that relaxes the artery walls. Canadian investigators say 15-minute soaks daily can trim up to 15 points off your blood pressure within a week. Calm the cardamom. This aromatic spice, which has a rich, slightly sweet flavor. Research, the Journal of Ophthalmology, suggests adding 1/2 teaspoon to your daily diet could trim 6 points off your blood pressure in 2 months. Cinnol acts like a calcium channel blocker, relaxing the muscles lining the blood vessel walls. Tip: a pinch of cardamom lives in the baked goods, rice dishes, and coffee. Now, they actually have a recipe here for cardamom, spiced milk, and honey. Now, spices in this sip lower your blood pressure by 6 points. You take 1/4 teaspoon ground cardamom, 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon ground turmeric, 1 star of anise pod, 2/3 cup of almond milk or low-fat 2% milk, and 2 teaspoons of honey. Now, some of you are like, how are you spelling cardamom? Well, it's C-A-R-D like David, A-M like Mary, O-M. Looks like Carda, C-A-R-D-A, and then mom, M-O-M. Now, in a small pot, combine cardamom, ginger, turmeric, star, anise, and 1/4 cup water. Bring to a boil over medium-high heat. Cook for 2 minutes or more. Stir in almond milk or 2% milk and honey. Lower the heat to a medium-low. Simmer until flavors blend, which takes 2 to 3 minutes. Pour into a mug, and that serves 1 person. Now, this is this week's radical health tip. Now, bath add-ins boost immunity. When you feel like you may be coming down with something, bolster your immune defense with a bath. To get the benefits and stave off illness, run a tub of the hottest temperature you can tolerate. Pour in 2 cups of unpasteurized apple cider vinegar. Soak until the water cools. Now, for the best results, don't shower for at least 4 hours. This gives your vinegar the time to soak in your skin, raising the body's pH at a cellular level to boost immunity. Enjoy a soak twice a week to make the body less hospitable for the bacteria and viruses. This is courtesy of Ann Louise Gittleman, PhD. For more cutting-edge tips and insider information, join.annlouise.com. Oh, heck. This next page is kind of connected to that page. Well, we'll just do 2 more pages and that's it. By nighttime, gotta go. If you're 75% of women over 40 who wake up in the night to go pee, you might miss the wonderful feeling of sleeping through the night, and here's how to get it back. Layer on a cardigan. Japanese scientists discovered a simple trick for reducing the nighttime urges known as Noctura, putting on a sweater during the day. Why does it work? If your body is too chilly for several hours during the day, it puts stress on your central nervous system. This turns the trigger bladder spasms that it might feel as you need to go pee, an effect that lasts well into the overnight hours. Now, luckily, researchers say that staying cozy during the day, the equivalent of sitting in a room that's 5 degrees warmer, reduces overnight bathroom visits by 25%. They need to come to this house because Grandpa keeps the heat on all the time. I'm telling you, about 80 to 85 degrees in here. I have the ceiling fans going on all the time. But during the day, I do wear sweaters. Just saying. Snack on pepitas. Over time, a natural dip in estrogen levels can cause urinary tract irritation that trigger the urge to use the bathroom overnight. One delicious remedy, have a few pepitas for a nighttime snack, says Octavia Cannon-Dio, an OBGYN in Charlotte, North Carolina, also called green pumpkin seeds. Now, pepitas were a folk cure for centuries before the researchers in the Journal of Tradition and Complementary Medicine proved compounds in the seeds cut nighttime urges by 64%. That's better than prescription drugs for Noctura, minus the side effects. Compounds in the seeds called Cucurbita maxima and Cucurbita pipo ease inflammation and prevent spasming of the bladder. Kick up your feet. Gravity pulls down the fluid during the day, causing it to pool in the ankles and legs and triggering Noctura. Reveal Harvard scientists. When you lie down, the fluid goes directly to the kidney area and you have to use the bathroom, says Dr. Cannon. Here's the easy fix. An hour before bed, prop your feet up to unwind, elevate those legs, help pull gravity fluid out of your limbs so you can fully empty your bladder before bed. K.E. Kuzinek. Boost your heart health and foil COVID. Keeping a lid on levels on troublesome blood fats called triglycerides has always been a smart idea. Doing so cuts the risk of heart disease and stroke by 50%. Now, George Washington University researchers suggest it can also risk the severe COVID-19 complications by 73%. And thankfully, doing so is just so easily. 1 Minute RX. It says just puttering around the house is a great way to burn triglycerides. In a study published in the Lipids in the Health and Disease, participants who broke up sitting time by standing and moving for 1 minute every half hour lowered by the triglycerides by 15% in a week. Try a citrus extract. Bergamot, a citrus extract that gives Earl Grey tea its flavor, does wonders for keeping triglyceride levels in check. Taking 500 milligrams daily lowers triglyceride levels by 23%, according to research at Rome's Calamino Forlani Hospital. Credit goes to flavonoids, compounds that inhibit the activity of enzymes involved in the triglyceride formation. Try Naomi Italian Citrus Bergamot, Bergamot, 500 milligrams at NaomiW.com. Check with a doctor before supplementing. Think happy. Now here's a hard one. Taking a moment to think about little things that make you happy every day does more than warm your heart. Research conducted at the University of Connecticut reveals that it can also reduce triglycerides by 32%. Study authors say feel-good thoughts blunt spikes in cortisol, a stress hormone that's been known to increase blood fat. Dip into guacamole. Now, I have never liked guacamole, so that would be a no-no for me, but let's read it. Or nosh and avocado toast. Don't think so, but thank you for offering. Creamy avocados brim with nutrients, fiber, and friendly fatty acids that drive triglycerides down. In fact, Mexican researchers found that people who are one avocado daily lowered triglyceride levels by 22% within a week. As a bonus, the bad LDL cholesterol dropped by 17%, while the good HDL climbed to 17%. Now you want to sprinkle your cinnamon. You ready for this? A teaspoon of delicious spice on oatmeal or your yogurt breaks down triglycerides so they don't build up in your bloodstream. The proof in the USDA study, folks who added cinnamon to their diet lowered their triglycerides by 27% within 20 days, says Melissa Godhart. One last one and we're going to bed. This is your more natural health news, your best natural heartburn cure. A tip, lying on your left side when symptoms flare will help you feel better by 90% faster, say scientists at Philadelphia's Jefferson Medical College. Doing so eases pressure on the stomach valve. Some heartburn meds have been pulled from the market due to concerns, making others like Pepcid harder to find. Not to worry, home remedies can help. After meal flares, well, before meals, sit for 2 minutes and take slow, deep breaths. Eastern Virginia Medical School researchers say that this pause, quote unquote, cuts heartburn risk as much as 65%. Indeed, gastroenterologist Chris Knorr, MD, explains that the pre-meal calm activates the innate nervous system, a branch of the nerves that speeds digestion and intestinal movement. Daily burn? Try a delimini. Now, this natural citrus peel extract neutralizes excess stomach acid and peels digestion of the high-fat meals, plus coats and protects delicate throat tissues. No wonder the Danish researchers say taking 1,000 milligrams daily ends your heartburn flare-up for 90% of women in 2 weeks. And you can feel this relief within 48 hours of the first dose. Note, check with your doctor before supplementing. Late night pain? While swapping your usual evening snack for the high-fiber popcorn, whole grain crackers, or dried fruit reduces odds of late-night heartburn by 73%. Plus, it makes any flare-ups disappear in half the time. British scientists say digestion and stomach emptying naturally slow in the evening, allowing acids to creep up in your esophagus. But gastrologist Mari Canovala, MD, explains that fiber soaks up those acids so they stay in your stomach. Sleep disrupted? Well, gravity keeps that stomach acid down until you lie down. Then, ouch! A sweet RX, which is a raw honey. Australian researchers say 1 tablespoon at bedtime banishes the burn in minutes, plus lessens the risk of nighttime flare-up by 52%. Credits the raw honey rich stores of enzymes which neutralize stomach acid and calm irritated throat nerves, by Brenda Kearns. Are you over 40? I really don't want to talk about it, but since I am, surprisingly, up to 33% of women over 40 feel the burn because of too little stomach acid. This slows digestion, allowing food and tissue irritating chemicals to wash up the esophagus. The fix: sipping 1 tablespoon of unpasteurized cider vinegar and 6 ounces of water before meals. UCL researchers say it could halt heartburn flares in 24 hours. Now, stay young with Woman's World Double Duty Hand Beautifiers. This is an all-natural 2-in-1 cure that keeps your hands and nails looking and feeling their best. For dry skin with brittle nails, use a vitamin E oil. Packed with antioxidants, the oil strengthens skin barrier to prevent dryness and locks moisture into nails to nix the breakage. Rub 2 drops onto your hands and nails daily, twice a day. Try Nature's Bounty Vitamin E oil at thewalmart.com. For crepey nails and yellow nails, try collagen, which is sipping 8 ounces of water with 1 tablespoon of collagen peptides daily. Amino acids in the peptides boost collagen production for tauter skin and deliver oxygen to nails to throw off the yellowing. Try Vital Proteins collagen peptides at gnc.com. For discolored skin and hangnails, try buttermilk. The milk's exfoliating lactic acid helps shed the dead and discolored skin and cells to brighten your hands. Plus, it loosens hardened cuticle skin so hangnails can be removed easily. Soak your hands in 1/2 cup of buttermilk 10 minutes, okay? Then you're going to rinse them off. Okay. And that's all we're doing for right now. That's a good start. We got the first, several pages. We got a lot more pages to go because this magazine is just jam-packed with wonderful stuff that I want to share with you. But most importantly, I want you to go buy this Woman's World March 15th, 2021, so you can also see all of this information for yourself firsthand, take advantage of some of these wonderful cures that they have in here, as well as information on style and books that you might want to pick up. And they even tell you what's on TV, what you should be listening to, what movies are coming out, what's on Disney Plus, Netflix, just so many different things. You don't want to miss out. Stay tuned tomorrow for part 2 of Woman's World for March 15th. A lot of stuff,